So welcome to this video introducing you to the human design specialist that will be panelists at the Southern California Spiritualized Human Design Conference Awake Shift. I want to explain to you a little bit about what these panelists are going to do. So each day we're going to do a general raffle, pull someone up from the audience. So we want you to have your human design chart printed out before the event. Once you get your ticket, just email us if you have trouble getting your human design chart. You will bring it up to the panel, and each panelist will popcorn what they see about your chart in the moment, what's present for them, what you need to maybe focus on or explore. So it's going to be a super, super fun experience. So we're going to introduce you to the panelists that will be at the Human Design Conference. According to Ra Uru, the founder of Human Design, the year 2027 marks a profound evolutionary shift in human consciousness, a transition unlike any other in our collective history. This is not a shift we control or manifest through effort. It's a mutation in the fabric of humanity itself, anchored in the transformation of the solar plexus system, which is the emotional system. The emotional system is becoming conscious, aware. In the same way, the ajna in the mind is conscious, the emotions are moving into an evolved way of understanding and processing emotional cognition. We're moving from tribal, strategic, mind-dominated era into a new epoch of individual awareness. This is self-sourced authority. The old structures built on bargain, institutions, dependency, they're dissolving. In their place, a new human is literally emerging. One designed for inner truth, self-containment, spiritual maturation. Ra called this the beginning of the rave, a mutation in our form principle, meaning in our physical bodies. It signals the end of one world and the mysterious and misunderstood birth of another. Some themes we're going to be talking about in this video, some themes we're going to contemplate during the Human Design Conference, the shift from the masculine Godhead to the feminine Godhead, particularly the emergence of Kali in 2027, the rise of the conscious Penta, the decline of the tribal structures, the birth of the new emotional cognition, the changing of the human-animal connection. How are you connected to the animal species? Are you seeing a deepening in your heart opening, in your awareness, in your psychic communications to animals? We're moving from fear to trust in the form. We're evolving out of the mind and into the vehicle intelligence, out of intellect as the final destination, intellect as the God. Instead, we're going to move into knowing, into the physical vehicle, the surrender as the pinnacle of understanding and guidance for an amazing life. The mind was never meant to lead. It was your body. As we enter in this new age, those who trust their form will thrive. This is a great shift. 2027 is not coming. It's already arriving. So we're here to let the old die, let the mystery lead, not to survive the mutation, but to lead the movement. So enjoy this video as we dive into these topics and more. So welcome everyone. I am going to introduce to you today an epic panel of wisdom. These gorgeous goddesses are going to share a little bit about their human design wisdom, all the things that they merge with it, because everyone here has a unique specialty. This is the panel for the annual Southern California Spiritualized Human Design Conference, Awake Shift. They're going to provide wisdom and guidance and support with your human design and all of the other amazing tools that they embody in their work. We're going to talk about the 2027 embodiment that is happening right now on the world stage, in your house, on TV. Like everything that is happening is showing us all of the many mutations that are happening, including the animal communication, including the shift from the masculine to the feminine, including what tools we need in order to live correctly as ourselves, like embodying the astrology, the human design, the manifestation mastery. So I have experts here. This is my incredible mastermind group, and they're going to stand in their leadership through this conference to support you in all of the many questions that you may have as you're coming to learn about human design and coming to embody your spiritual gifts. I'm going to start with Susie and just do a brief introduction of who you are, and then tell us a little bit about what tools you use and how you embody them, and where you are with this question of 2027 and all of the tools that you have.
My name is Susie Sheffield. I am from Tupelo, Mississippi. I am a projector, a splenic projector in the human design system. And the way that I see this whole 2020 shift is that more than in any other time, people need to be doing what they love to do. And I think we see that more and more. I think COVID actually helped people get in touch with that a little more than they have been. And during all of that, I wanted to dig deeper into human design because I had studied human design, and then I dived into the gene keys, and then I wanted to know more about human design. And so I thought, well, let me break down all the pieces. So I knew about the chakra system. And I thought, well, okay, astrology, I've always had an interest in it, but I want to know more. And so I began to dive deeper into it. And one of the things that I've been playing around with is, in astrology, your angles are the things that you're really here to do in life. But what's interesting is that those angles are not really in our human design chart. But the thing about it is, when you find the gene or the actual gate and the actual line, you can use what you know about that gate and what you know about the line, and you can bring in, and you really can hone in and take a deeper dive. And so astrology is like this big outward view, but the gates really bring it in, and then the lines almost show us how we operate. I mean, that line is so strong. And I've been playing around with this, and the feedback that I'm getting from people is just how very helpful it is. And then there's this other little piece where you can look at certain aspects of your astrology, and you can actually see your soul's trajectory. And so playing around with that has been fun too. And again, bringing in that human design piece for the how you move through life has really been impactful. And so I've loved it. And, studying with you, Raquel, has been like so great, because I told you when I came into this, I had been studying on my own for a really long time. And I just wanted to make sure that I knew what I thought I knew. And you have confirmed that I did know what I knew, but you've also helped me dive even deeper and have a greater understanding. So I have loved that. But I do think that the 2027, the whole thing is we don't buy in anymore to this. I have to do the 9 to 5 and hate what I do and not have joy and all that thing. So I think human design can help facilitate that for people.
Yeah, so you're talking about purpose and life trajectory. What is it like for people when they're not on purpose? Like, what are some of the symptoms? What are the things you notice that people are like? Because sometimes it's not like they're questioning, am I on purpose? They're just like having these symptoms. What do you notice?
So the symptoms that I see are people who are they're just it's that quintessential not self theme that human design teaches us. So you see those generators that are just frustrating themselves at every turn. And it's simply because they're making decisions. They're emotional, but they're not acting like they're emotional. I see a lot of suppressing emotion with all these drugs and things. And I just, I want to scream because it's like if you'll just learn how to navigate who you are, it's, that emotional piece is a part of who you are if if you have emotional authority. And I've seen a lot of people trying to suppress that, with antidepressants and all the things. And the bitterness. I mean, as a projector, I know firsthand what that bitterness is all about, and I see that a lot. And when you know that you can use that not self theme as a tool to show you, and it's just like a big red flag. And once you learn to notice it, I mean, it really does become your direction. And so when I see people in those places, manifestors, they're angry and so mad at the world, you know, usually because nobody's listening to them, because they're the wrong people that they're worried about listening to them. So those are just a few ways that I kind of see it.
I love it. So one of the things we're going to do at the conference is we're going to set up a panel with these gorgeous goddesses, and we're going to have you guys come forward and bring your charts. We'll have them give some feedback, and any questions that you guys have, you can ask to the panel. This was Davidian's idea. I think it's genius. Now, one of the things happening in 2027, which is really, really interesting, is the connection between humans and animals. It's happening in the 1949 channel, which is also so much about how we as humans feel empowered over the beast, how we feed the tribe, how we have our banquet tables, like the Thanksgiving tables where we have our turkeys and we have the pigs on the thingy and all that crazy stuff that humans do. So Ra was saying that he thinks the animals are going to rebel. I personally believe that we are going to have a deeper connection to the animals through sacred connection, embodiment, intuition, communication. How many of you listening, how many of you on the panel have a sacred connection to your animal? Because I freaking do. Now, one of our beautiful goddesses here on this panel has the most genius idea. All of you coming to the conference are going to be able to do this, is have your human design chart read with your pet. Because I know you all want that. And I want my possums too to be included in this. Schmurple and Burple. So, Lucille, take it away and tell us a little bit about your genius.
I just always have been connected with animals most of my life, but most recently a new cat that we've gotten, Pickles. He's connected to me, and he's got the 19. So I think there's something with that because I have that 1949. And a lot of times with because like that one is, they call it in the animal chart or whatever, that one's called the territory. I don't know, type or whatever. And he definitely acts like that, like his territory, and that's like that has to do with food and stuff too. And he's very, we've gotten him, he's very territorial with his food, and he likes all foods except pickles and strawberries. But he will like guard his food and like take off with it and like, act like an animal. But my dog does not do that. Which you would think the dogs would maybe overpower with the food, but they're not. He's not. He gets submissive with the cat and lets the cat take whatever he wants, and then he'll maybe eat some of it after. But he's not crazy with it. But yeah, so I think it would just be a good thing for people to understand that kind of connection, knowing what I mean. Like the birth time is important, but like not a lot changes with the animals. Maybe a couple lines here and there, but the gates are still pretty much the same. So for the most part, there's not too many of them anyways, but you get a good idea of how you can connect with your animal through the human design chart. Um, and I think that's going to be helpful for people a lot by 2027. A lot. It's happening now. People who are not really connected before are noticing it, and they are getting connected with animals that they've not really ever thought about maybe being connected with. Even like insects too. Like, I mean, that's like been a thing. Because they're all important and they're all living, and plants. Plants are another thing. And that's that chart on here too, which I don't know how to do that one yet. I mean, I guess when you plant it and that's the birth time or date or whatever, but a lot of people don't think of that stuff. But I've been trying to start a garden for like my first time this year, and you do get connected with them. It's like it's really amazing when they're growing. Like you feel like it's like a child grown up. Like it's kind of cool. So that's another thing I like to look into. But right now I'll stick with the animals. But there are charts for plants and insects. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I
So this
really
is so
like it.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. I want to just say one thing, not to interrupt you, but Ra did say he was given every design, the plant design, the animal design, and the human design. He had this much dense information for all of the life and the earth and what was going on. Like, that's insane. And he chose obviously human design because, for obvious reasons. But I do think that there's a big swelling up of our connections and the healing that's taking place with the animals, how we treat them, and how we work with them, and the healing that they have in our hearts. So, and I love coffee stains,
So
coffee spills. Get it wrong every time. I love coffee spills back there. Lucille is so cute.
he looks like a pickle. I colored him green.
So you're going to be able to do these charts. What do people need in order to have their human design and their animal chart?
Well, they at least need the birth date. The birth time is kind of hard. I don't even know their birth time. I just kind of guess, and then just try to do a time rectification or whatever, like whatever you call it. Try to like see which one would fit the boat best. Not too much changes though with them. So they need their birth date, and they can bring like their info for themselves too. But I would need their birth time too. Like that would be the best because for humans, the birth time you really need your birth time. A lot changes with us. Um, but if they had just the birth info, like on the location too, where that animal was born. Some of them I know they're like adopted and stuff, and they don't really know, but like trying to take a guess and try to figure it out, maybe get an idea, just to have it like an area where they were born, would help out, and we could try to like look into it and see if anything changes from the location too. But
And bring a picture
so
too, because we want to see your babies.
yes, I would love that. Yeah, and then I can like
Awesome.
email them their charts and stuff like that. Like they'll know their email and send them their
And you'll
charts.
be able to email how they fit together. So
Yeah,
bring
do a connection
your
chart.
your animal picture. She'll do a connection chart and give you guys some readings on your animals. I love it.
Yes.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to hand it off to Candace. You can tell us a little bit about the work that you do. I love the dynamic and the energy when you talk also about the masculine, the shifting from the masculine to the feminine. And this is also a huge part of the wheel shift that we're going through. We are moving into the feminine godhead. And it's really funny because it wasn't even on my radar because there's so much about 2027. When you see the shifting of the wheel, we're going from we're going from the cross of planning to the cross of the sleeping phoenix, which is the era of the individual, and you see so many things. And then Candace started talking about, these masculine, feminine energies. And it was sort of like throughout the mastermind, I was feeling that. And then I was like interested in going into the Godhead. And then as I was researching it, I was like, oh my God. Like Raw talked about, another piece of 2027 was the big shift from the masculine Godhead to the feminine Godhead. So think about the power of that shift that's happening as well. So it was really like this sacred dance. So I want to hand it to you, and whatever you want to talk about in regard to that and your work, let us know a little bit about how you're embodying this in your work.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Raquel. Hi, my name is Candace Bethel. I'm a somatic therapist and energy coach. And I think that everything that I do ties into this masculine and feminine shift right now. So I can start with that. Like you said, we are moving from this masculine to feminine, but we've been in this masculine energy for like 411 years. It's really all we know. It's not that we don't know the feminine, we just don't really understand it as much as I feel like we could. And so the men have been allowed to be in their masculine energy because that's naturally, but as women, we've been forced to fit in the masculine energy, which is not where we are naturally supposed to be in. So we're at the end of this pendulum swing, and it's become toxic. And we talk about toxic masculinity all the time. And it once something reaches, it has to switch. This pendulum has to switch back. So we're going back into the feminine energy so that we can shift this masculine energy. And this masculine is this push, 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 go, 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 do, do, do of energy. Is not so much like a male and female. It's this, we have to push, we have to go, we have to do to be successful. And this feminine energy we're shifting in is this pause, this being able to see this darkness in the light and hold space for what hasn't been working, for this push, push, push energy. And this feminine energy isn't just this like lovely, beautiful energy. It holds darkness in a way that we're really uncomfortable with. And it's it's a shift that people are going to fight, and it's going to be hard to see. And it's why you're seeing such temper tantrums in the world right now, such temper tantrums in our bodies, in our relationships. And it's been building since 2019, and it's just going to keep building. And so for me, this feminine energy that we're shifting into is all about frequency. It's all lunar. Feminine is moon energy and masculine is sun energy. And we need them both. And that masculine energy, if it's in the divine masculine, which is what we're moving into, so that the divine feminine can heal and rise, then the masculine is beautiful, but the feminine has to be able to hold the sun and like hold it accountable. Like it doesn't just get a shine all the time. The moon comes up at night too, and the moon does all kinds of clearing and healing. So that's the moon is coming back. We are connecting back to our lunar energy, back to our lunar cycles, back to the earth energy, and back to frequency. And so I have I have been on this journey for most of my life. I've been able to see energy and feel energy since I was a child. Um, and so what I've done like with human design, I'm able to look at the frequencies in the chart, be it the day chart or the sleeping chart that are off, connect to those frequencies and clear them either through breath, sound, um, mantra, and even tuning forks with acupressure points. And that goes deep into like the sleep chart. But what I'm going to do at the conference is just teach people their energy. Our energy is very beautiful. It's very simple. It's very calm. And it's not what we are feeling on a regular basis. But once we learn our own energy, once we learn how simple it is to get into it, then we can start holding space for everything else that we want to come in, and we don't get triggered anymore. We can just be like, oh, hey, thank you for coming in. And we can go into centers and gates with all of those frequencies, feeling them into the body, and channels, and really tune in and clear them in deeper sessions. But we'll probably not be doing that in group sessions.
Right. But the beautiful thing is that the space is going to be held for not just the intellectual understanding of human design, but like the embodiment and the healing, and for whatever comes forward and whatever needs to be looked at and processed and healed. And that's something different, I think, that this group is really going to bring to this event. So I love that. Thank you so much. And I want to introduce now both. I'm going to introduce both Lauren and Kirsten and let them share a little bit about their work they're doing together through their cosmic harmony, and let them share what they're doing individually as well, because they have some beautiful work that they're sharing and doing. And so I'm going to hand it off to Lauren. Would you like to go?
Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Winsall, and Kirsten Wilson and I recently created a group membership together called Cosmic Harmony HD. And it's a really powerful container. It's like a high-end boutique. HD meets gene keys, the transits, uh, deep integration healing work. And we have live classes every week, and we go through the transits. And it's been such a powerful integration of this energy. I'm a mental projector, so I'm very sensitive to the energetic shifts. And just really contemplating these transits each week as we teach them. Like, I've been studying under Raquel for years now. I know a lot about human design, but the more that I experiment with these themes and the energy, and then I see it happening in a real time, I feel like it's unlocking different codes inside of me and shifting my DNA. And then I'm learning more from the outside and how it shows up with other people. And then seeing how we get to balance these themes with the sun and the earth, because with oppositions comes balance. And so it's been really, really powerful. And Kirsten, she's a manifesting generator, so it's been so helpful to have this partnership together, me being a non-energy type and Kirsten being an energy type. And Kirsten's going to share about how it's been for her with the membership as well.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Kirsten Wilson. I'm a 6-2 manifesting generator, and I am, I believe, currently the only one that's down in the Southern Hemisphere. So I represent the other part of the Earth. And I guess as a part of Cosmic Harmony HD, I'm more the energetic decoder and the emotional business muse, that part of the business, whereas Lauren's the oracle and she foresees things and can really expand on what she's seeing, whereas I feel and I feel into things. And a part of following the weekly transits, because Ra believes that this is one of the most important things to really truly understand through the lens of human design. And so I would ask you, wouldn't it feel like coming home if your business lit you up instead of draining you? And so if you're creating a business that feels like truth happens for you when you really understood, and then aware of the tools that you can use to explore this. So through your energetic rhythm, human design, how you truly move, what magnetizes through your authority, how you can stop and start and respond the right way through your strategy. So really helping guide, ambitious, intuitive people that want to go back and drop the noise and anchor themselves back into their body. And so what I've really been exploring and really trying to understand more is how it affects my body through following the weekly transits, but how we're actually all connected globally through how the sun transits every 5 to 6 days, and it changes the energy of how we all feel. And through this, journaling and understanding how I am emotionally feel, how the transits are actually speaking and talking to me. And for those in our container, through this portal, we can really explore more and really help each other more understand those frequencies. And we use things like affirmations, really stepping in and understanding how the energies from crystals work, using aromatic frequency work as well. And so it's a really embodiment way of understanding more about ourselves. And yeah, it's lots of fun. And it's been an absolute pleasure and joy to be doing this with a mental projector. It's been amazing to really bounce off each other, and for those that are with us to see the differences between the energy types and the non-energy types and finding the balance of how that works and sometimes doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how to work together and how to run a business based on your design. They are living it and embodying it and sharing it. So I look forward to the expression of the transits the weekend of the conference, which is going to be December 5th, 6th, and 7th. So grab your tickets and get ready to come to California for December, which usually December is a wonderful time to be here in Orange County. And wherever you are watching this video, we will have more information on how you can do that, more information about the conference, and more information about joining us. And I want to thank all of you who are here today. And I hope you guys are just friggin' excited AF, because with all of this wisdom and all of this mastery, whoa, we're going to touch into so many beautiful spaces, being together, stepping away from the screens, putting down our phones, putting the information to practice, and building our fractal, and really supporting each other, and really allowing each person to shine in their unique mastery, their unique wisdom, because the whole point of human design is that we each have something really unique to offer. We each have our own piece to the puzzle. And once we learn what our piece is, we need to use it and to allow ourselves to be in our uniqueness and in our abundance, having our business support us and being ourselves. That's what each one of these beings are doing. And that's what we want to bring to you. Let's wrap it up here. I want to give you guys so much love,